Hello, everybody. This is Tammy, and I want to come on here for just a couple of minutes just to share with you the truth about Neville Goddard's law of revision. And so, what got me thinking of this thing? So, I was having a conversation with myself earlier, talking about this law of revision. And so, one of the questions that I had that I haven't seemed to be able to get any answer from anything that I've read or anything that I've watched about the law of revision. And so I started thinking about it and I was like, okay, so what really does the law of revision do? And what is the point of it? Because my thinking was if you've already done a situation and the thing is already has a resolution and it already has an ending, then how, does revising it even make a difference, right? And so as I pondered it and as I thought about it and as I kicked it around and as I started really praying on it and I put it up, before me in meditation, and I started realizing that, Neville Goddard says all the time that the feeling is the secret. The feeling is the secret. And so, but how do you get to that feeling? And so one of the things that I realize is that you can get to that feeling by revising situations that didn't turn out the way that you wanted or didn't turn out to meet your expectations. You can revise them. What the hell that is right now? Okay, so anyway, you can revise them. I think you can stop giving me notifications. You can revise them. Okay. So you can revise them. And what is that going to do? Think about it. Okay. So I thought about a situation that I had experienced where I was fired from a job. Matter of fact, I was fired from two jobs. And so I thought about this situation and I was like, God, but and I thought about how it made me feel because I had never experienced that in my history, in my life. Didn't know what that felt like. And it wasn't even about me, really. Neither one of them. Because none of them had anything to do. They weren't a reflection on the work that I did or anything. But that was where my mind went to, is that this was a reflection on me, a reflection on the work that I did. And so after that, for a little while, I had some issues with, making sure that I did, the best and did all my work and dotted all the T's and crossed all the I's, dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's, and I went through this time until I sat down with myself and I said, wait, this is not a reflection on you. This matter of fact, it don't have nothing to do with you. It doesn't have anything to do with you. And once I sat down with that and I realized that that meant nothing, it didn't have any reflection on me as an individual, on me as a person, on my character, which was where I went with it in the beginning. It's like, okay, this is an attack on my character, but when I revised it and I realized, and I revised this just the other day, and I revised this, and I don't even know why it even came up because this was years ago. I mean, this was probably about a close to 10 years ago, but it came up for me. And so I revised it. I revised it that I didn't get fired, but that I quit. That's how I revised it because that's I was planning to do anyway, but they beat me to it. And so I revised it that I didn't get fired. No, that they gave me a raise, and then I decided to quit, because I didn't like the company anyway, but I revised it. And what I realized was it made me feel a certain kind of way. It made me feel a certain kind of way when I revised it, because then I didn't look at myself as a failure or as someone who got fired. I look at myself as someone who chose to walk away, which is my theme, my pattern of my life anyway, but it made me feel better that I chose, that I didn't just get fired. because these jobs, they want you to give them 2 weeks notice, but they want to fire you when they get fucking ready. So I say, that you get no 2 weeks notice from me. When I get ready, I'm just done, and you'll get effective immediately if you get anything at all. I might just decide not to do that, not to, come to your establishment. That's really how it can be done. But when I chose to revise this thing, I could tell that it made me feel some kind of way. It made me feel so much better, and I felt so good. And so I submit to you that revising and revision, the law of revision that Neville Goddard talks about, um, is actually just so that you can begin to get that feeling, so that you can begin to understand and know that the feeling really is the secret. So you can get that. That is what I feel like the law of revision is for. Is to change your state so that you're not, in this state of where, everything, nothing is working out for you, and it's all wrong, and it's crazy, and your life is chaotic, and all these things. But when you revise that thing, then it shifts your state into a space where you are happy, to a state where you got what you wanted, and it puts you in the mindset that you can do that all the time, that it is always what you want. It is always what you want, because you put yourself in that state, because you just revised this thing that happened, to make it more favorable for you. You can do that. And then when you did that, you got this amazing, overwhelming, wonderful feeling that you can carry with you, that you can take with you, that you can receive, and that you can set it up to create the rest of your life the same way, so that you have this amazing feeling, so that nobody can tell you, nobody can shift you, nobody can get you off your rocker, but you can just tell it. So as you do that, oh my God, just imagine, just really begin to take a moment and imagine how your life can change as you revise these old situations. I'm actually thinking about revising some deeper, older ones, like let's revise some slavery. I mean, really, I mean, what would that be like? What would that be like? If we was all free all the time, what would that be like? How would that feel to you? We wouldn't have all this trauma in our DNA from all of that slavery mess. And I think that not only do people of color have that, but I think that all people have that trauma, because that was a traumatic situation, and those were traumatic circumstances for all. And I really believe that it is truly a blight, and but we can shift it. I really believe that. I just thought about it. I'm like, wow, we can shift that. We can go back and we can revise it. No, that wasn't what it was. I don't care what you say. No. And yeah, you might have to be a little delusional, and that's fine. Delusional is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So again, thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for joining. I would love it if you would like, share, and subscribe. Let some people know that I'm over here spitting all this wisdom and channeling this guidance. And also follow me at Intuitive Tammy as well on TikTok, where I do live readings, healings, and prayers and messages from heaven on TikTok, and I do that daily. So join me at Intuitive Tammy to get a chance to have a reading. I ask for a Cash App donation or gifts on the platform. So that is a place that I do that. I appreciate you, and I hope that everything looks up in your world, and that your life is magical, and that you'll continue to show me love, and that you'll subscribe, and that you'll hit the bell for notifications, so that you get notified when I pop on with a live like this. This is a pop on live because it's 11 o'clock at night. But I felt the need to share this this information with you. And also when I upload new videos like Straight Out of Savannah, my podcast where I interview spiritual entrepreneurs. I have one that will be premiering this Friday night. Let's see, the 5th. This Friday night, the 5th at 5 p.m. Pacific time is premiering. And my friend Tracy Staggers, clairvoyant healer medium, is going to be on there speaking her truth. And I'm just so excited about it. So I hope that you join us for the premiere on Friday. If not, catch it on the channel. It's also on Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Audibles. Listen Now, Radio Breaker, anywhere that you can get your podcast, you can get Straight Out of Savannah. So go and watch and listen to some of those. So I really appreciate all of you. And I hope that your day, your night is amazing and lovely. And I will see you again tomorrow. Bye now.